The second day of confirmation hearings for Amy Coney Barrett. We'll tell you what you need to know.
And the polls are open for early voting, but will everyone vote? We've got perspective tonight.
Cooler temperatures are coming ahead, but just how cool would it actually get? I'll have all the details coming up in my full focus.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us. I'm Emily Harless.
And I'm Anna Chalker. We begin tonight with a breakdown of the second day of Supreme Court confirmation hearings for Amy Coney Barrett.
That's with the presidential election just 3 weeks away. President Trump's nominee facing questions from the Senate Judiciary Committee.
But with Election Day so close, the hearings also used to appeal to voters.
Say you're one of the greatest picks President Trump could have made.
This hearing is not normal. It is a sham. It is a rush to put in a justice.
Democrats using their time to highlight top campaign issues like civil rights, reproductive rights, and the Affordable Care Act, also pressing Barrett on how she'd act in the event of a contested election.
I can't offer a legal conclusion right now about the outcome of the decision I would reach.
Republicans also taking advantage of the platform to boost their credentials. Barrett aiming to appear impartial, stating she has no agenda, clarifying that her judicial philosophy is uniquely her own, saying, quote, "If I am confirmed, you would not be getting Justice Scalia, you would be getting Justice Barrett."
And the latest on election 2020, former Vice President Biden pushes on with his campaign, addressing a rally while wearing his mask.
Although he has tested negative for COVID-19, Biden says he wants his supporters to know that he is looking out for them. And as he says, President Trump is not.
So many lives have been lost unnecessarily because this president cares more about the stock market than he does about, well-being of seniors.
And while Joe Biden is pushing on with his campaign, so is President Trump. He has multiple rallies lined up for this week, despite warnings that the events could be a potential coronavirus superspreader.
I feel so powerful. I'll walk into that audience. I'll kiss the guys and the beautiful women and everybody. I'll just give you a big fat kiss.
The president holding a rally in Pennsylvania after tossing out masks to supporters in Florida who mostly weren't wearing them or social distancing. Trump's doctor says he's tested negative.
And after being forced off the trail, Trump is trying to make up for lost time with rallies in Iowa, North Carolina, Florida, and even Georgia, an unusual stop for a Republican 3 weeks out from an election. And November 3rd is approaching at a fast pace, bringing conversations including why some don't vote.
NewsLink Indiana's Brianna Morton talked to a few people about why they may not vote. Brianna's live now in the newsroom for us. Good evening, Brianna.
Good evening. According to the Census Bureau, 61.4% of the U.S. population voted in 2016. There are a number of different reasons people say they won't vote, from not having the time or not feeling educated enough.
I just have not paid enough attention to politics to really put my input on who to vote, so I feel like I'm making the good choice of not voting.
Some feel as though their vote doesn't matter. A Pew Research study found that nearly half of its participants did not research the election because they did not think their vote impacted the government.
The value of your vote, and again, kind of measuring the chance that your vote could break a tie in a presidential election, it may not be so much, but I think the key thing when you think about it is down at, counties, district levels, there are going to be a lot of close elections.
According to the Center for Information and Research on Civic Learning and Engagement, the lowest voter turnout rate is among young voters, with roughly half the youth population voting.
You have college, you work, you have, you want to have fun. There's a lot going on, and I remember that point in my life, there was a lot going on.
But so far, an estimated 9 million people have voted early in the 2020 election. But we will continue to keep you updated on air and online. For now, live in the newsroom, Brianna Morton, NewsLink Indiana. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thank you, Brianna. And with the election happening in November, we really aren't feeling those October and November fall-like temperatures.
Not yet, and it was kind of warm today. I'm hoping that we get to that trend soon because fall, of course, is my favorite season. Chris, is that going to happen anytime soon?
Yes, it is going to happen. We're going to have an incoming cold front that's going to be moving through the area. But as of right now, we've been staying relatively dry, and we've been seeing those clear skies throughout most of the day. Now, temperatures have definitely been sitting on more comfortable side. 59 in Indianapolis, 63 here in Muncie, 57 in Kokomo. Now, as we transition into tonight, the clear skies are going to persist throughout the rest of the day. Temperatures dropping back down into the lower 50s, but as this cold front starts moving in later in the week, temperatures will get even cooler than that. I have all the details coming up in my full forecast.
Chris, thank you. And for students who have been enjoying the weather on campus, you've likely noticed the demolition of La Follette Complex.
NewsLink Indiana's Libby Kleemeyer shows us the final touches.
The Follette building, what still stands behind me, was once a dorm and a dining facility, but students who lived in the past, it was like living in a prison. I spoke with James Lowe, Assistant Vice President for Facilities and Planning and Management, who said they knew they were going to tear it down about 10 years ago, but they had other projects to complete first before starting this one.
We have a new hall that just opened, a new dining facility that just opened. We have another residence hall that will be completed and ready to be occupied fall of 2021. We have 2 residence halls that we renovated. So that was the prep that took place before we could actually step in, relocate the students that lived in this residence hall, and take it completely to the ground.
Now once the building is down and the rubble is cleared, the main question is, what will go in this space next?
That will become a green space for students living up in this side of the neighborhood. Much like you see with La Follette Field, we'll have this field here where the students can come out and recreate, set. It's a pathway going back into campus. And it also allows you to spill out of the north dining facility and come out here and eat if you wish.
So patience is key, and new field will be here soon. We just have to wait. In Muncie, Libby Kleemeyer, NewsLink, Indiana.
Eli Lilly and Company pressing pause on a potential COVID-19 treatment. We'll tell you why in just a moment.
And an emotional dedication right here in Indiana. NewsLink Indiana has an inside look. Stay with us.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back now to your coronavirus headlines. An Indiana-based company is pumping the brakes on its trial for a potential coronavirus treatment. Eli Lilly and Company says it's pausing the trial for safety reasons. The company says the move was recommended by independent researchers. Lilly says this treatment is similar to the treatment made by Regeneron that was recently given to President Trump. The company said last week the drug showed promise. It's unknown what's causing the trial to be paused.
And right here on campus, the latest coronavirus numbers from Ball State. The university announcing 3 new student cases, all of them reported from sources outside of BSU's partnership with IU Health. No new cases were reported through the partnership, and 6 more tests were administered. BSU says no additional employees have tested positive. Right now, the university estimates there are currently 43 active cases.
And now to a story you'll only find right here on NewsLink Indiana. The son of a war hero whose story was made into an award-winning film visited a local business. NewsLink Indiana's Tucker White joined him for this emotional visit.
You know, people really want to see my father. I mean, it's who they really want to see. I call myself a cardboard cutout, you know, because I'm not him, you know, but he's not here.
Desmond Doss was in the Army during World War II. He enlisted as what they call a conscientious objector.
After hearing Doss's story, Jesse knew he wanted to honor him in a special way. What he didn't know, however, was that Doss Jr. would want to see it.
His son picked up on it and he wants to come here. And so he's going to come. He wants to fly over the project and see it from the air for himself.
Somebody sent me a picture of this corn maze in Indiana, and I'm going, okay. And they go, yeah, but look what it is. And it was a depiction of my father, and then the words that were so meaningful to him, you know, of Lord, help me get one more, you know. As far as the farm is concerned, I think it's really incredible that they've decided to have this maze for people to come to. Not only to get out and get to do something, your families and stuff that's very wholesome and enjoyable, but they get to hear a very wonderful story.
Yeah. The little picture they have on that they're posting, right? It doesn't do justice to how that really looked, right?
In Daleville.
Some things you have to see for yourself. That's right.
Tucker White, NewsLink, Indiana.
After the flight, Doss spoke to a crowd and answered questions about his father.
And down in Fishers, check this one out. A car missing for over 20 years is finally found. According to Fishers police, this car was reported stolen in July of 1988, recovered yesterday. It was spotted by a fisherman on Geist Reservoir. The department tweeted out these photos today of the car with the hashtag #HideAndSeekChampion. The post didn't say who the car belonged to, but Fishers PD says on Facebook that the owner has since died.
And Apple has finally revealed its 5G smartphone lineup. In a virtual event today, the company released 4 new iPhones: the iPhone 12, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, and 12 Mini. The iPhone 12 is thinner, smaller, and lighter than the iPhone 11. The 12 and 12 Mini have 2 cameras on the back, while the 12 Pro and Pro Max have 3 lenses. Release dates for the phones haven't been announced. And I don't know about you, whenever I see a new iPhone come out, it means that holiday season's right around the corner. Chris, are we going to see any holiday temperatures soon?
Yes, we definitely will when this cold front starts moving in later in the week. Just how cool of temperatures we will get, I'll have all those details coming up right after the break.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. It's currently 9:15 p.m. and as you can see, pretty calm outside on campus right now, but earlier today it was kind of warm, a little bit warmer temperatures, not exactly what I'm wanting for, this fall season that I'm expecting.
Yeah, but hopefully this weekend we do get to have those fall temperatures back with us. Chris, what can we expect?
Well, definitely today was just on a little bit more over the warmer side, but we're expecting to get it just a little bit warmer before we start getting that cooler weather. But for today, we've been seeing our highs only in the mid-70s, average high of 66, but our record is 82 degrees, so it's kind of hard to believe at this time it was 82. Right now, temperatures are sitting more comfortable right now, 59 here in Indianapolis, 63 in Muncie, 55 for you folks up in Fort Wayne. Now, we've been seeing some windy conditions today. Right now, this is current radar right now. We've been seeing relatively dry, but if we look out to the west, we're going to start seeing this cold front going to start making its way through the area. High pressure just to our south is going to be bringing a lot of these southerly winds to our area. And speaking of our winds, we're staying relatively calm right now with our sustained winds coming out of south-southwest at 7 miles per hour, but that's not factoring in all the gusts that we're going to be getting. The gust is going to be gusty throughout most of the day. By tomorrow morning, we're going to get kind of a break, but then they return back once again. And look at this, 35 miles per hour by tomorrow night. So hold on to your hats. It is going to be a very windy day. The windy conditions are going to persist throughout tomorrow night into Thursday morning and into the afternoon hours. For tonight, we're going to expect temperatures dropping down into those mid-40s, bringing clear skies, wind starting to calm down. As we look here on Precision Cast, we're staying relatively dry for tomorrow, but as we start transitioning into Thursday, we're going to start seeing an increased amount of clouds, and then we're going to actually start seeing even a few pop-up showers in the area around Thursday afternoon. For tomorrow, temperatures are going to start off really cool, comfortable, high into the 46, but going up to the lower 70s, windy conditions start persisting throughout most of the day. Now, speaking of these cool temperatures, look at this 5-day trend as that cold front starts moving in by Thursday, dropping our temperatures down to 62, but Friday, 55 degrees. It's going to be our coolest temperatures throughout the next 5 days. And as we're looking into the next 6 to 10 days, we're still going to be sitting slightly below average for our area. And that's all due to this cold front that's going to be moving into our area. We're going to see this reflect on our mid-7-day forecast. Tomorrow only reaching a high in the mid-70s, but by Thursday, a few showers expected, and that's when that cold front starts moving in. Temperatures start dropping down into the lower 60s, mid-50s, and then hovering around the 60s by the weekend, increasing clouds by the weekend, and then few slight chances of some showers by next week. And it's definitely fall weather. It's finally going to come back. So we got one more day to finally deal with, and then we finally get to bring back the sweatshirts and jackets.
Absolutely. And, I'm excited. I went to Nashville, Indiana yesterday, got a cute little hat that I've been looking for. So good thing I learned about those wind gusts because I'm not going to wear it on campus. I don't want to lose that I just bought.
Yes. So. Just hold on to your hats, just like I said, because if you don't get things tied down, it is definitely going to be blowing around.
All right, Chris, thank you. A Ball State alumnus has made an impact on sports here on campus. Hear from the late John Schumann's family next.
And Calhoun Volleyball is pushing for a state title. Hear their plan of attack after the break.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo, is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up to the minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
It is not funny.
What on earth is happening there?
I feel sorry for the little guy.
I've got my socks on. Annie with her curly hair, which is actually never curly. Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Philip Chorzay with sports. Our top story tonight, the Mid-American Conference has released its plans for the start of Olympic sports. Men's soccer teams will compete in an abbreviated 10-game slate kicking off on March 7th. Nikki Potts and the rest of the Ball State women's soccer team will be back in action for 10 games starting March 4th. Moving off the pitch and over to the courts, volleyball will attempt to defend their MAC title with a 22-match slate with first serve on January 22nd. Finally, field hockey will face off in 12 matches starting March 12th. No details have been released on the return of men's and women's cross-country seasons. A person close to the hearts of Ball State athletes died recently. Imani Butts has the story.
Ball State Athletics lost one of a kind back on October 1st. John Schumann. One of the most hands-on people in many Ball State construction projects, Schumann's legacy allowing him to leave his mark on the field and in the hearts of many Ball State athletes.
John Schumann is obviously a Ball State alum and also played football for us here and has just been a tremendous supporter and passionate about his experience as a Ball State student. He again was helpful in our vision to have an indoor facility that would not only be used by football but by all of our student athletes and for other resources and activities across campus and even in our community.
Even though he has donated millions of dollars to Ball State athletic facilities, including the new indoor practice facility being built right behind me, John Schumann's grandchildren want you to know that he was more than just a benefactor.
The main thing I will say is just the humility that my grandfather showed. I think you hear the name, you see the name on the stadium, you automatically assume success and riches, but if you saw him walking down the street, you would never know that because he carried himself so well.
It's just that they have, both of them and John, certainly had just a really generous and giving heart. A very altruistic sense of wanting to help others be successful.
That, along with the desire to help others and inspire student athletes, leaving an impact for generations of Cardinals to come. In Muncie, Imani Butts, NewsLink, Indiana.
Now on to high school football. NewsLink Indiana will have the latest on each local high school matchup this Friday. Let's take a look at this week's schedule. At 7, we have Blackford hosting Oak Hill. Then the Westdale Warriors making a road trip 127 miles away, facing Fremont. Muncie Central is home this week against Lafayette Jefferson. Then the last game at 7, Eastbrook at Madison Grant. Switching gears to our 7:30 slate, Delta hitting the road battling New Palestine. Yorktown returning home this week. They have their work cut out for them against undefeated Mount Vernon. And finally, Monroe Central will be at home this week against Shenandoah. For the latest live scoring updates, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NLI Sports. And moving from the football field over to the courts as high school volleyball state tournament is nearing. Cowan High School is looking to capture their second straight 1A state championship. NewsLink Indiana's Nick Lawler sets the scene.
With sectionals right around the corner, Coach Hill is doing everything she can to make sure her team is ready.
But in practice today, we talked about communication and drive and the want to win, the want to repeat, and that's really what they're focusing on right now.
On the schedule next, conference opponent Daleville High School.
Daleville really brings great energy. I think Val Flick brings great energy to her team. So right now, we've got to learn to understand that every match is the state championship match, because if you lose, you're out.
Losing is the last thing on Cowan's mind right now, and their seniors are making sure of it.
I'm confident in my senior class that they can pull this off. I think they've really understood that they are very capable as a senior class. If they put their mind to it. And so they've really talked to our underclassmen and kind of shared the experience.
Coach Hill acknowledging that defense has been their weak point, but they're working to shore it up.
Once we figure out how to make those plays and to trust the person next to us, I think we'll be golden.
Golden like the trophy they plan to hoist at the end of the season. In Muncie, Nick Lawler, NewsLink, Indiana.
Their first sectional matchup against Daleville High will kick off at 6 o'clock on Thursday. And that's a great story coming out of Cowan. Really looking forward to see how those girls do in the state tournament.
Absolutely, and good luck to them as well. Philip, thank you. After the break, we give you one final look at the weather. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Calling all movie buffs. AMC Theaters is warning it could run out of money if pandemic trends continue. The world's largest theater chain says that it's because of the reduced slate of movies and no significant increases in movie attendance. AMC says as of October 9th, it had reopened 494 of its nearly 600 U.S. theaters at a capacity between 20 and 40%. Even so, attendance is down 85% compared to last year.
And speaking of movie services ending, Netflix is ending its 30-day free trial in the United States. You heard that right, no more free Netflix. The streaming service has stopped offering a free trial membership to attract new customers. Netflix says it's looking at different marketing ideas to lure new customers. In August, the streaming service rolled out a new site called Netflix Free Watch. It allows people to get a peek at some of the movies and shows Netflix has to offer without creating an account. Now, Chris, can we get one final look at that weather?
Yes. Cold front will be starting to move in Thursday, and then temperatures will finally start feeling more fall-like throughout the rest of the week.
Well, thank you, Chris. Well, that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.